Out, and here they come.
It's a new decade of speed, and we're turning them loose. Dirt track gladiators, hanging on the edge. Over 30 electrifying speedways, racing into the 90s with a vengeance.
Making a move on the inside lane, skyrocketing his way back up to the #1 position.
Now, this week on Dirt, here's Doug Logan and Andy Fusco.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week on Dirt. My name is Doug Logan. With Andy Fusco away this week, our relief driver has graciously stepped in to co-host the show. Thank you, and welcome to Brett Hearn.
Thanks, Doug. It's always been a pleasure to be part of This Week on Dirt. And despite the continued bad weather, we have some great action for you. With our weekend mayhem, the Gator Big Rigs, and part 2 of Andy's conversation with Jeff Yasasak, in a preview of some great Memorial Day weekend racing.
All right, now, it was chilly on Saturday. The fans who braved the elements had an unforgettable shootout at Canandaigua.
Saturday night, Canandaigua Speedway, the land of legends. And 2 legends would be a factor in this 35-lap dirt modified feature on Saturday, May 19th. They are the number 9 of Barefoot Bob McCready and the number 28J of track champion Danny Johnson. Early in the race, Mark Osterhout in the Byrosh Speed Equipment number 38 blows a tire, spins in the front stretch. In the back stretch, McCready is caught underneath the back end of Mike Jeffries' 24J. They both continue on. Early leader, the Water Wagon number 6, John Moravec out of Penn Yan, New York, leads the first 12 laps, but here comes the doctor. Danny Johnson on the outside cushion takes the lead from Moravec. McCready charges through the field. He had gone to the pits after the Jeffrey incident. Here he gets by Mike. Then he goes back into the pits again and comes to the rear of the pack for a second time. Charging through the field, he's into the top 5. Battling here with Charlie Dog for the 3rd spot. Charlie in the yellow 99 loses out. Then he's up to 2nd. McCready quickly closes in on Danny Johnson. Suddenly, with 3 laps left, a flat tire for Scott Gerdak out of Pennsylvania. The yellow is out. It sets up a Land of Legends duel to the checkered flag. The race ranks as one of the best in Land of Legends history. Down the backstretch, 2 laps left. Barefoot Bob McCready goes underneath Danny Johnson, but they fight all the way around the speedway.
Well, you know, he was coming on strong on the inside. I just, wanted to do what I had to do to keep him from getting going by me. And, I cut him a little short on some room there going into one in that one lap. But, we didn't have no brakes, and I was just going bonsai in the turn as it was, so I was out of control half the time.
Out of brakes, but not out of luck. Danny Johnson keeps the outside cushion. McCready blows a tire at the checkered flag. Danny Johnson takes first. McCready coasts home second. Danny, was that the toughest 3 laps you've ever driven in your life?
I don't think so. Not at the race in 12 years. We had a lot of tough laps.
How about with Bob McCready?
He's always a tough runner, no doubt.
I'm glad I don't have to battle with those guys every week. Brian Spade met some avid fans at Canandaigua who were more than willing to try.
Are you getting tired of the same Saturday night routine? I mean, dinner, TV, movies? Well, I could tell you to do something different. You can go to the Speedway, buy a ticket, and sit in the grandstands. But there is something better. Why not hop in the family car, drive it to the racetrack, and compete against the other fans? It's one-on-one spectator racing, and it's happening at Canandaigua Speedway.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
$198,000 miles on that baby, and if it stays here tonight, it stays.
350, 4-barrel on it. Like I said, I try to keep it clean, but if we get together, that's all right too.
Unfortunately, this is mine. It's not even paid for yet.
Frankly, that looks like a whole lot of fun. Some more winners just ahead as This Week on Dirt continues.
PA Modified feature. See the best at Can-Am International Speedway. Then blast off as Pizza Huts of Carthage and Watertown bring you the run for the record. $1,000 to the man who can break the track record. Monday, May 28th. You'll be in at 6 and home by 9. The Budweiser Summer Starter at Can-Am International Speedway. The Gator Big Rig trucks are back in action. This time Sunday, May 20th at the Hagerstown Speedway in Hagerstown, Maryland. Now, one of the historic strong runners of the Gator Big Rig trucks is Charlie Baker in truck number 39. He shows us why in this one-lap move from third to first. First, he goes by truck number 14 of Bobby Lyles. Then, off of turn 4, with about 20 laps into this race, he goes underneath Andy Lee in truck number 18. Into turn 1, Baker is in front and starts to run away from the field. Then Dick Murtaugh, two-time champion in this Gator Big Rig class, charges to the outside of Lee in turn 3, makes a bonsai move, grabs second. Lee would fade later on. Murtaugh would drop out of the race with turbo problems. Fortunately, outside of a couple blown motors, the race didn't have any incidents. First, Bill Bendel spins the number 42, a Randy Slack truck, in the front stretch after blowing his motor. Then Bobby Lyles in that number 14 blows his over in turn 2, ends up in a pool of water. With Dick Murtaugh effectively done for the day, this allows York, Ontario Canadian native Randy Slack the opportunity to close in on Charlie Baker's 39. Using a finesse move on the inside of turns 1 and 2, Slack goes underneath Baker on lap 63, coasts home to the victory. Now, Charlie Baker's ride had a little problem later on, going up in flames down the front stretch. Baker went into the pit area, had the flames extinguished, came back for a 6th-place finish. Slack's win was his second of the year on the Big Rig Series, the first one coming back at Kansas City, way up near Watertown, New York, hosted twin 25-lap, 358 dirt small block modified feature events. Danny O'Brien, driving the Pats Radiator car number 21, was the early leader and the complete dominator of the first race, rain delayed from the week before. Kevin Martin blows the motor on the last lap of the race, while Danny O'Brien coasts home for his first win of the season at Can-Am. Now, the street stock action that we showed you last week was followed up this week at Can-Am by Larry Hoyston in car number 37, taking a wild tumble in turn 4. The second 358 feature is on the track, and this time another O'Brien will come home the winner. No, it's not Danny O'Brien. Ovid Duaron spun early in the event over in turn 4, and Danny had no place to go and had to get in on the action also. This meant it was Pat O'Brien, former Mr. Dirt champion in car number 1, battling with the 11 of another former Dirt champion, Doug the Ox Carlisle. Carlisle couldn't hold off O'Brien, that's Pat, and Pat came home the winner. At Orange County Fair Speedway in Middletown, New York, watch the first modified event of the evening. Brett Hearn inside, Jeff Hetzler outside. Hearn taps the guardrail, Hetzler's in the wall. Jeff takes the long walk back to the pit area, out for the evening entirely with the Diet Pepsi Express. Stevie Botcher, car number 97, grabs his first dirt modified win of the year at Orange County in the first 30-lap event. Now we shift gears. 358 small block feature, 20 laps. Later in the night, Stevie Botcher's flying through the field. Other cars are getting squirrely. Brett Hearn just missing this accident. It got worse. The restart found one of the worst crashes in Orange County Fair Speedway history. Although the cameraman missed the action, here's some of the aftermath. 12 cars eliminated from the race. Last lap, Stevie Botcher leading the race. Brett Hearn charges underneath, but the Lehighton, Pennsylvania second-generation runner holds off Hearn in front of a packed house, his second win of the evening. The last race on the card, the 30-lap dirt modified regularly scheduled race. Brett Hearn charges underneath Scott Goodrich going into turn number 1, wins another feature on the hard clay.
Even though you won a race, it did look, Brett, like it was a rough night out there.
Well, Doug, our weekends at the hard clay don't always go exactly as we plan them, and this just was one of them.
All right, well, normally you bring home the gold. Well, several good moves to choose from this weekend, but our Fuji Picture Perfect move goes to Pat O'Brien. Saturday at Can-Am, Pat and Doug Carlisle were wheel-to-wheel coming into the third turn. As they approached the lap car, Pat quickly moved to the outside, gaining an advantage on Doug and passing him down the front stretch for the lead. Now, for his picture-perfect move, Pat O'Brien will receive a Fuji DL7 35mm camera. Congratulations.
Tonight, other tracks had topsy-turvy problems. Now, a picture tells 1,000 words, and in this one you can see Kenny Tremont has the field covered at Lebanon Valley Speedway. In fact, he was far enough in front to grab his first win of 1990 at the 5/8 mile High Banked Oval in West Lebanon, New York. Now, in New Jersey, the action was just as hot, this time at Flemington Fair Speedway in the Rookie Sportsman feature. Here's the key on the outside coming into your picture. The number 6, the Coors Extra Gold machine of Doug Hoffman's younger brother, Keith Hoffman. There he goes on the outside by the first and second place cars. Hoffman goes on to take the checkered flag, his 3rd win in a row at Flemington in this rookie class. The Modifieds had just as much excitement in their action. Here's Bill McCarthy, the number 726, taking a tumble in the heats. Last week's Driver of the Week, Chip Slocum in the Tabloid Graphics number 86, looked strong once again. That is until he blew the motor at the end of his qualifying heat. With Slocum out of it, Billy Pouch and Doug Hoffman are the fastest cars on the track. But in the middle of the 30-lap feature event, this incident cost Hoffman the victory. Billy Pouch coasts home over Hoffman for victory 103 at the square.
With Andy Fusco absent, the selection of our nice and easy driver of the week falls on the shoulders of Brett Hearn.
Well, if I can't win it myself, I still have to go with an Orange County driver, and for his 2 victories this weekend, Steve Botcher is our nice and easy driver of the week.
All right, for his successes, Steve Botcher receives $200, a special medallion, and is now eligible for the nice and easy